What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer. Well, several Transformers, but we're gonna break it down into several reviews. So, anyways, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes. It's going to be kind of difficult to get this all in frame. Just barely stays all in frame. We're going to be taking a look at the 4-pack, and today we're going to be taking a look at Nemesis Prime, or animated Nemesis Prime if you really want to get technical. So, anyways, here you have the first look at the box. We have Ultra Magnus, we got Bumper, and we got Horrible, and we got animated Nemesis Prime. And if we flip the box around, you can actually see everything a little bit better. Let's get everything in frame here. So we have, once again, Magnus, Bumper, Horrible, and animated Nemesis Prime. And yeah, so this is pretty much it for the packaging. On top here, it's a little bit of an interesting image. We'll flip this around so everybody can get a good look at that real quick there. So Autobots versus Decepticons, G1 Autobots versus one G1 Decepticon and a animated one. So yeah. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can now take a look at this, and what a figure we have at that. And normally I would say we don't take a look at this first and take a look at the packaging, but because the packaging was so big, we had to start with the packaging. So, anyways, let's take a good look at, or a quick look at this figure in vehicle mode. And in vehicle mode, I must say, Hasbro, why did you not give us this in Legacy United? Just asking. You know? Take a good look at this really quick on the bottom side here. And it is just exactly the animated Optimus Prime mold. So it's the exact same figure to almost an extent. The paint job is different. And something that I find absolutely entertaining about these animated Prime remolds and or repaints is the fact that every single one of them is different only in the head sculpt. Everything else is pretty much the same. So he does come with his axe, and it does extend like that. I really wish they would have swapped the red here for purple. So, yeah. I thought, honestly, they were going to give us Toxitron before they gave us animated Nemesis Prime, considering the fact that animated Nemesis Prime technically didn't really exist. So, anyways, let's move the weapon, and we'll get him into scale comparisons, because you all know we love that. So, anyways, here he is next to Age of the Primes Wasp, or Waspinator, if you really want to get technical. Here he is next to animated Bumblebee, or Legacy United animated Bumblebee. Here he is next to Legacy Evolution's Prowl. And fun fact, we actually got one final Legacy Evolution figure to go over this year. So, one final one for the road, huh? Here he is next to animated Motormaster from Legacy United as well. And finally, you know it, here he is next to Legacy United animated Prime. Just so you can all get a little bit of a sense of how this is going to go. Alright, so now that we've gotten that taken care of, and we've gotten the box taken care of and looked at, let's get this boy into his robot mode. And we'll work on the legs first. And to do so, you're going to undo this and just untab it from here. 1 second. My apologies, folks. I had to sneeze. Whew. Can't exactly have all that going on camera. So, and once you've untabbed this, it just tab into these slots up here. I'm going to take these pieces. You're going to unpeg them from these two spots here. You can do the same thing on the other side. Bring this all the way down, and then you're going to just wiggle these until they just untab like so. And then you're going to take these pieces at the knee, you're going to split them like that, and you're going to then bring this piece all the way around. Do the same thing on the other side with this piece as well, and it's just going to securely tab into the spot right here on the leg right there. and that's something we need to be worried about, but we'll get to that in a second here. Fold this in, and then it's on a double hinge, and do that. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This didn't pop off during the live stream. What's funny is this didn't pop off, but something else did. So, yeah. And, alright, so anyways, let's put the leg back together. Let's bring this all the way down into itself and collapse all of that to hear it clip into place. Take this, fold the feet in, and there you have the legs all done. Now you're going to work on the upper body, and you're going to just undo. This is what fell off in the early live stream, but just bring these up a little bit so that way we can work on getting the rest of this undone. So take all of this down, and then you're going to take this and you're going to just untab it from these arm pieces here. I'm going to just accordion it down. Let's rotate the waist while we're at it. So I'm going to just rotate this all the way down, take these, shove these back into place. What? Why would you shove them back into place? Because you're going to take these and you're going to just open this up a little bit. Sorry, don't shove them back into place. You're going to open them back up. You're going to bring this all the way open. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring this all the way open. And then you're going to close these up around those. There are two tab pieces on the sides here that will go right into little slots into the wheels. It's really difficult to see, but that's easier to show. So then take the backpack, shove it down. There are two ports on the backpack that will just tab right on into place in said backpack. Take the chest, fold it down, take these arms and just rotate them around like so. And then we're going to flip this open, fold out the fist, and just collapse it like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Take this, rotate it all the way down, open this up, flip out the fist, and close this up like so. And we're almost done. Then we're going to take his axe, extend it, throw it right into his hands, and let's just, there we go. Make sure that stays together, and there you have animated Nemesis Prime in his robot mode. Now, I know nothing about the basis for animated Nemesis Prime other than the fact that he literally is supposedly a clone of Optimus Prime, which every Nemesis Prime is a clone of Optimus Prime. I mean, seriously. Like, there's no question in my mind. Like, seriously. That's a clone of Optimus Prime, and there's Optimus Prime. So every version of Nemesis Prime is a clone of Optimus Prime. So yeah, and since we've got all three of these guys sitting here, I feel like we don't need to get into the scale comparison for these two at the very least. So let's remove these two and let's get into the rest of the scale comparisons. So here he is next to both Bumblebee and Waspinator. And finally, here he is next to Prowl. And I gotta say, I do quite dig this, and I'm very pleased that we get to continue building our... Whoa. That's what happens when you leave things too low. But I'm so happy that we get to continue building the animated Decepticon arsenal. I just wish it was not another Optimus Prime repaint. So, yeah. But anyways, let's move on to the ranking of this figure. Now, y'all know this, how the rules go with multi-packs. When we rank one thing, we have to rank the figures individually, then we will rank the whole pack. So, to start off with the ranking of this figure, I gotta say, this is a case of really where seriously a paint job will make a figure do. So, when I say a paint job will make a figure do, this is kind of the whole point behind it. Because if you look at a lot of the things that are going on with, you know, certain parts of this, there are certain parts of it that they didn't paint on Prime or Motormaster. So, for example, you'll notice that they painted the hands here They painted the hands. Sorry, I'm not trying to get this into a really weird pose, but they painted the hands here. They did not do that for Motormaster, and they definitely did not do that for Optimus Prime. And they certainly painted the windows red instead of black. They made it pop a little bit more than these two normally. So that's where I draw the line with this particular figure. Now, it is just a repaint, and this is why I love repaints and hate them at the same time. Because a repaint can literally make or break a figure. And if you're going to make this into a figure, I can't say this is a bad thing. Now, let's take a quick look at that head sculpt, because that head sculpt, Hasbro, what were you doing? You did not need to give us this for animated Nemesis Prime. You needed to give us this for Optimus Prime. But I'm happy we got this head sculpt nonetheless, because this head sculpt is actually from the animated Optimus Prime prototype that they never released. So this head sculpt was on, this body right here. Was on this body at one point. But they decided that it was a little too scary and not quite the look they were going for. So they decided, well, we'll just give it to a different one down the line, and that's what they did. And I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park with this head sculpt. Like, the chin point, the mouth guard, oh, it just looks beautiful. Not to mention they painted the head as well. Like, they painted the top of the head. Like, they didn't need to do that, but they did. So, yeah, I can't complain about that part of this figure. However, all the niceties of said repaint aside, I gotta throw this thing under the bus a little bit, okay? It's a repaint. It's a damn good repaint, but it's a repaint nonetheless. So, I'm gonna have to give this thing, you know what? Because of the paint job and the new head sculpt and the way this whole thing looks, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It still is plagued by the same issues that the regular Optimus Prime and Motormaster came with in Legacy United. It's still plagued with those same issues, but they're not as prominent and they're not as big of an issue. The issues that I personally ran into more with this figure were with just the tiny little bits, like with the wheel and with the foot. So that's where my issues with it solely lie, is in the quality of how things are working in the engineering department of your plastic. So I can't agree with 100% on that. But the rest of it is still pretty darn good. And if this is the way that the pack is starting to look just already as is, I can't complain with how it's starting out. So yeah. Anyways, that's my review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Target 4-pack animated Voyager class Nemesis Prime. And this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below about what you want to see me do for the finale of the year, and what you want to see me do possibly next year, possibly. There is a good chance I may have to take a small hiatus from YouTube here, but that's coming next year. That's not coming till the beginnings of next year. So we will see each other again before the end of the year. Actually, before the end of the month. So don't forget about that. Anyways, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Zaga and Oreo, Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Take Along Productions, iStar552, and Bravely GG, as they are all some friends, fans, and from family of the show and of the channel. So please do not forget to check them out and subscribe as well. So this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys.